This is a solar camp shower. The idea is that you fill it up with water and put it out in the sun, and that heats up the water, and then you can take a nice warm shower. One of the problems that I've had with showers like this in the past is that a lot of the time I will camp in the desert or somewhere else where there aren't any trees that I can hang the shower from. So I decided to come up with a way to fix that, to basically be able to hang it from my car. Now, my car is a Toyota RAV4. It's not very tall. It's not tall enough. I can't just plop it up on top and then use it as a shower. It's just not, I have to bend over, and it's just not very comfortable. And right now I'm obviously in a place with a lot of trees, but like I said, that's not always the case. And so I've come up with 2 different ways to hang the shower, even when I don't have trees. I'm not positive yet which one of these I like best. I have an idea, but I need to use both of them more before I come to a conclusion. But just thought I'd show you both of them so that you can see for yourself and figure out which one of these will work best for you in your situation. This is the first setup. I know it looks kind of weird, but it does work. Works quite well, actually. Basically, it's a long piece of 1x4 lumber that sticks out from the top of my car at an angle like this, and then the bag hangs from the top of the board. That's what we have here. Again, a piece of 1x4, and then I've got a couple pieces of 1x2 right here with some straps attached. You don't need to use 1x2. I just used it because that's what I had. 2x2 would obviously save you a bit of trouble. But this anchors the bottom of the board, and then this black webbing keeps the board from falling forward too much. And then this green cord with a little carabiner at the end, that's what I attach the shower to. None of this probably makes any sense, so let me just show you how it works. So first, I lay the board on top of the car like this. I make sure this part goes underneath the side rail here, and then I use these straps to loosely attach the board. The straps go around the side rail. I do that on both sides. Alright, so the little lip is under the side rail, the webbing is around the side rail. Now we'll go to the other side and attach the black webbing to the opposite side rail. In the black webbing, I tied a loop and attached a carabiner. And so I just loop it around the side rail and clip it back onto itself. And so now let's go back over to the first side, and I'll bring the board forward. Like this. The board is now upright, and it's being kept from falling too far forward by the black webbing that I attached on the other side. So now I'm tightening down these straps. Cinching them down tight. So now I just need to attach the shower to the green cord, haul it up, and then I added a carabiner to this part down here, and so I can just clip off the line to this carabiner. we go. It's now well above my head, and so I can stand underneath it, set up my little shower tent underneath and pull this in. And I really like it. Works very well. And you might think that it would be kind of a pain to store that thing in your car because it's so long and unwieldy, but it's actually really not too bad. Let me show you what I've done. It's just right here. It doesn't interfere with any of the seats, and it's out of the way. So that was the first method of hanging a camp shower from your car. Let me now show you the second method, which I think I like a little bit better. A little bit less fussy and just kind of a little bit cleaner and more elegant, I think. This is what you need for the second method. The main part of it is this. This is an extendable pole I got from Home Depot. It goes up to 10 feet. It's a telescoping pole. And then I've got this long length of cord, this long length of webbing. I tied a little loop of cord on the bottom end here. Let me show you this here. This cord is in 2 strands, and in each one I tied a loop at a certain point. And again, here's the piece of webbing with a carabiner here, and carabiner here, and again this just wrapped around here a few times. And then a tent stake, and this is a kind of a sleeve that I made to put everything in and to keep it organized. The first step is to extend the pole. You might remember this pole from my Poor Man's Drone video. And I'll stand the pole up. And then remember the 2 loops that were here in these 2 strands. I'm going to put those over these little knobs on my roof rack. They're these tightening knobs that let you adjust the crossbars. So those loops just slide around. The little knobs. If you don't have a roof rack, or if you don't have those knobs, you could just tie knots in the cord and stick it in the door and close the door on it. So now I'll use a tent stake and stake out the bottom of the pole. That makes sure that the pole can't move around and fall like you just saw happen behind me. Now I'll clip the shower into this piece of webbing that I have and hoist it up. And I'll take the second tent stake and stake out the loop in the other end of this webbing here. Here it is finished. It's staked out right here and right here at the bottom of the pole. It's hanging up, and then the two guy lines anchor it to, in my case, these knobs here. You're going to want to have this pole more or less straight. Maybe you can lean this way a little bit, but if you have a lot of water in here and if the pole is too bent or too leaned forward, then the pole can bend depending on how strong your pole is. And here's everything needed for that setup in the little bag that I made. A little bag like this, I mean, look how small it is. It's not something that takes up very much space, and so something like this could fit in a lot of different little nooks and crannies in your car. But let me show you where I put it in mine. You know that I have this shelf in the back of my SUV here, and all I do is use some Velcro strips to attach the pole to the bottom side of the shelf, and so it takes up literally zero extra space in my SUV. Like I said before, I think this second method is the one that I prefer just because of how sleek it is when it's not being used. Anyway, that's all for this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know which of these two methods you like better, which one you might use, or let me know how you think I could improve these two different methods. So thanks for watching.